There's even cable. Okay, so please can you send the link to our group chat, Telegram, the link for the YouTube? Because last week they were complaining that they didn't get the link on time, blah blah blah. Blah. We send the icon. Huh? Oh, I am. Okay, I can. The boat. So good. Is it morning? Afternoon? Huh? Please, can we have some silence? We're about to start. So you guys are welcome to today's class. Today is our final class for Power BI for visualization. And from next week, you guys will be starting your SQL classes. Okay? This is the final class for Power BI. Okay? From next week, you start your SQL classes. We have our first CA for this course. The first one you did financials. Your second assessment is on your retail sales data set. Okay. You've already done it, most of you. So I'm going to put the assessment just like the first one. I can't mark everything individually. So we're going to put a form. You guys would answer the questions using your dashboard, and you're going to attach your dashboard for me. So last time people had issues exporting to PDF. I don't know how possible that is, but people had issues with it. So if you have issues with it this time, I want you to use snipping tool to take like a screenshot of your dashboard. Okay, so it would be like a JPG or PNG image, which is okay. I will accept that too. Um, so yeah, but before we start, as usual, I want to make sure we're all on the same page. But last time we took too long answering questions, so I'm just going to take 5 questions. Okay. So does anybody have any questions they want to ask me regarding this module? No questions. So I'm going to assume that we understand everything from beginning to today. Yes. Please, can we keep quiet? Yes. Yes, it's CSV. It's a CSV file, yes. So sometimes you even have other files that are not even CSV. You have sometimes PDF that you want to use. All of those things you can import it into Power BI. I intentionally gave the first file as an Excel file, right? The second one as a CSV file. And this week only God knows which one we're using. Okay? So anyway, it's just you can use different kinds of files in Power BI. Okay. Next question. Is that it? Okay, let's check those online. Please ask your questions too. The link for assignment submission will be uploaded in the group chat on Telegram. Your figures on the dashboard came out different from the ones you had. I hope I'm okay. It depends on how you did it. You can send me a message on Telegram, mail, and I will go through it. Okay. Kingsley, you can go through the videos if you don't understand anything. You can't see anything because I've not started sharing anything. So it's not a mistake. Once we start, you guys will see my screen. You don't have to convert the CSV file to an Excel sheet. You can import CSV using the same get data option on your Power BI. The first two visualization in your Power BI, if you have any questions, you can send me a message. I really don't remember what the first two visualizations were, but you can use the video that I uploaded. The difference between lab 4 and 5 is that lab 4, you're not submitting it to me. Lab 5, you're doing your assessment with it. Your visualizations table may differ with mine because some of our DAX are not the same. So the video I did, I made some changes from the initial lab 5 document that I provided to you guys. Please, can you guys keep quiet? Can you correctly identify an error on a formula entered and correct it? So most times there's an error message at the bottom. So it tells you, for example, that's comparison. It can't find this column, it can't see that and stuff. So your second CA will be uploaded today, and the deadline is tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Nobody can tell me they don't know about the assessment. That's an excuse. Map visualization. I think you guys should have to just maybe check online. If you've done the searchings, you've used internet. I actually don't know how to help you with map visualization because it's only this time that I'm taking this large class that I'm seeing these issues. My smaller classes, I've never even known that map visualization had issues. So, but I know you can check. We have Power BI developer communities and other blogs. You can check on to see if other people are experiencing the same thing and what they did to fix it. Talking to how can I refresh? So any questions that are already in the group chat, I will probably not answer them here. Just go and check the group chat. How do we write our insights from our dashboard and how do we present it? That's what we're going to be covering today. Yeah, because if you try to open map without anything or any country details, you probably won't have anything. It will just be a blank one. You would see it from today's class. Can we create other visualization apart from the ones given? Yes, sure. You can create as much visualization as you want. You should just be able to answer my questions. Oh. So the only way is so the assessment will come from lab 5 and it's due tomorrow 11:59 p.m. Everybody can make a different DAX for the exact same thing. So my DAX different from yours is not a problem, to be honest. As far as it does the same thing. So for categorizing, if they both categorize our age, the objective has been met. So there are two ways for this. Week of the date should begin from Sunday, but mine is starting from Friday. We have like two types. There's one, two in Power BI. So I think I used two, and two starts from Sunday, and one starts from Friday. So you can just change your two to one. Your one to two, sorry. So anyway, these are all the questions I'm answering for now. And my first visual. Anyway, this is all we're answering for now, and we're just going to get started because we won't spend so much time answering questions. If you have any questions, you can send Mr. Udo a message, and he will respond as soon as he sees it, as soon as he's able to. Okay. So today's class was supposed to do visualizations in Power BI. I have actually pre-recorded a video for that, so I think we might as well just play the video and watch it together. After that, I have a practice. So based on the fact that we've done data cleaning, we've done data transformation, we've used DAX formulas, and today we're doing visualizations. Today's practice is on all of these steps. So I give you a data set, which is basically a COVID-19 data set. We're using a health data set because it's different from the ones we've been using. So we've been using retail sales, financials, they are all around the same thing. Okay. So health data for a change. So we're going to use it to make some analysis. You're going to clean the data set, very, very dirty data set. We're going to analyze it, we're going to transform it, and then we're going to create some DAX, create some calculated columns, measures, and visualize it basically. And then after that, we're going to be able to do our insights based on our reports, answer some few questions I already have. And yeah, I think that's all for today. So I'm just going to get the visualization video, and then you guys are just going to watch it. Mm, where is it located? Okay. Okay. You can attend the class physically, but we've already started. You can join us. So anyway, I'm just going to play the volume. Is it okay? Is it on the highest? Okay. Wow, terrible audio.
But basically, everything you need to know about visualizations about how to get. Today, we're going to explore the different types of visualizations available, how you enhance them with DAX, Best practices for creating
You'll be
effective
taking the
visuals
comments.
and some advanced features that will take your Power BI skills to the next level. So anyway, we're just going to start with already open my Power BI, but in this tutorial, let me just tell you about it. We'll be covering introduction to Power BI, so I'll just tell you the importance and the impact on visualization of the results for your report. So, detailed look at various charts and graphs that you can use, how we can extend the capabilities of Power BI and custom visuals, combine symbols and the access you guys are going to use. I'm just going to how you can use this. Powerful visualizations and the tips and tricks for creating clear, concise, and effective results. We also leverage things like view tools, bookmarks, conditional formatting, and more. And we're just going to replicate this. Key takeaways that you can find your user, actionable insights. So first off, I'm just going to create a blank sheet. I don't intend on putting data set. I just want to go through all the details there so you guys have a better understanding. So anyway, first off, we have this blank sheet. We're just going to get started. I've opened up my Power BI and I just want to show you guys all the visuals here and how we can use them, and what we can use them best for, and what insight you can learn from this. So we all know that visualization in Power BI is a very powerful tool because it helps us to transform raw data into meaningful insights. It helps us to make data-driven decisions, and by using visualization, you're basically simplifying and you're presenting your data in a very clear, concise, and visually appealing manner. So basically, just think of them like a bridge between complex data sets and understandable actionable insights. Okay, so in Power BI, we have various types of visualizations: our bar charts, column charts, our line and area charts, um, our ribbon chart, our waterfall chart, our funnel, our scatter chart, our pie chart, donut chart, your slices, your tree map, your maps. So yeah, all the different things. So we're just going to go about them briefly. Okay. So the first thing we have our different types of bar chart, stacked column, stacked bar, 100% stacked bar and column charts. Your bar and column charts, they are basically used. So I'm just going to select one. We look at this, it's basically used for comparing data across like different categories. So let's just use an example. So for example, you run maybe a chain of coffee shops. You can use a column chart to compare sales across different product categories. So your espresso, your latte, your cappuccino, for everyone, you can use a bar and column chart to do that. Now the feature of this video is that it's very easy to understand. You can show even an illiterate um, what you're basically talking about. So you can show
So I
your
think I'll
distribution
attend.
horizontal, which is a bar, and your vertical, which is a column. So your horizontal as bar, your bar chart, and then your vertical, which is your column chart. Okay, you can represent it in either ways. So these are all the same, they all do the same thing. The next ones we have our line charts and our image charts. So our line chart and image charts, they are perfect for showing trends over time. So let's just think of it like this is an example. So you're tracking your website's daily visitors over a year. So a line chart can help you to show the upward or downward trends in visitor numbers. So your area chart can also do the same. It can show the total visitor counts in a visually engaging way. And all of these are varieties, they all do the same thing as your line and area chart, all the way to your line and start column chart, your ribbon chart. Okay. Next one we have is our waterfall and our funnel. Waterfall and funnel kind of do the same thing because what they do is they help us understand stages in the process. So for example, let's just drop this. The sales funnel chart can show you the number of leads at each stage of the sales process, and your waterfall chart will illustrate like the cumulative effects of those introduced positive or negative values on your process. So, for example, it helps you to identify if there's any drop off and if there are any contributions. Okay. Next, one we're going to do is our scatter plot, and bubble chart. So the scatter plot is basically great for sharing relationship between different variables. And an example of using this is, for example, you're analyzing the relationship between how much you're spending for advertisement and sales revenue. So a scatter chart can show you the correlation. And a bubble chart can add like additional dimension. So like the size of the market segments, you can multiply, you can even add multiple variables like size, color, and different things. So basically, we're helping you to show relationships between different variables. What I have here is a pie chart and donut chart, and these are best for showing like parts of a goal. So, for example, I'm using pie chart or donut chart. Imagine you're running like a marketing campaign for a company. Your pie chart can show you like a percentage for distribution of your volume, so across different channels like social media, email, in-person marketing, and stuff. My time is actually visually appealing. Personally, I love to use it, especially when I'm doing anything with categorizing. It's visually appealing, but it's definitely not ideal for complex data, and this is where your DAX comes in. So you can use, for example, for age groups, you can use a pie chart. You can use DAX to categorize them, and then you can use a pie chart to represent them. So anything that is complex is not for pie charts, and donut chart also does the same. Okay. Uh, so let's say we have three groups of studies, and three marks actually help us to display hierarchical data. So data material is nested triangle. So imagine you have a retail maybe looking at maybe sales performance. Your three mark can show which product categories are contributing the most to the sales, with each rectangle representing a particular size corresponding to the sales. Okay. Next one we have maps feature in Power BI, and we have maps, we have field map, and we have a geo map. And all of these are actually perfect for visualizing geographical regions. So for example, you want to visualize sales by region, your maps can show you that too. Yeah, for each of them, so we'll do that now, where it can help you identify areas of potential growth, and it can show you regions that are really nice. Next one we have is our gauge, and our gauge and GPI gauge all actually something similar. So what they do both do is that they're great for showing the performance against the target. So for example, your gauge visual they can show you how close you are to your quarterly sales target and monthly sales target or annual sales target. And your KPI visual can help you display whether your monthly revenue is above or below the targets. So they actually help you to provide vast insights into your performance of business. Okay. Next we have is our card. Now card, we have multi-row card as well. These are KPI image. KPI visual. And this is the visual that I spoke about again. So now we'll talk about card and our multi-row card. What these two do is that they are perfect for highlighting like key metrics like total sales, average order value, or the number of customers that you have, official links to. They're simple and they are really effective for displaying single values. Next thing, so like KPI visual. Next thing we have here. So next one we have is a slicer, which helps us to filter out, helps with the interactivity dashboard, helps you to filter out any other issues or filter out and stuff. Next, we have our people and our marketing. And what this do is that they help us to show performance. So, for example, you want to show details in a structured way and detailed way. You can use your table and you can use your markers to do that. They help you for display detailed data. So, if you need to present a detailed sample, product names, business results, maybe the profit margin. So your table and matrices are like fitting table, just so you can see. The idea is provided clear and structured format. You can include like hierarchies, you can have drill downs, all for detailed analysis. Next, we have the R script visual, and your R script visual basically allows you to create like advanced visualizations using R, and R is a powerful statistical programming language. It's perfect for custom statistical analysis and visualizing your results directly in Power BI. But Python also does the same thing with the Python visual visual, similar to action
We've not
visual,
seen the link
but this one is culture. And we all know Python is visual, because of manipulation,
to the
visual
group
sample
chat.
transitions, and this makes it a vertical show from our perspectives. Next thing we have
I
is
will
our
let me
key
forward it to you.
influencer, and the key influencer visual helps you to understand the
Doesn't
patterns
have
that make
network.
sense and a picture example. If you want to understand what drives customer satisfaction, these visuals can show the key factors that have the most significant impact. These are the composition tree, and the composition tree allows us to break down a metric into its functionality. So, for instance, you can break down total sales by region, product category, sales channel, and you can understand the underlying contributions to it. Next one we have is our Q&A visual, which basically allows users to ask questions in natural language, and you can get answers from the visuals. So, for example, you can type show me total sales by region, and how do you generate a profit for you? Okay. Next one we have is Nigeria. This is narrative metrics. And this narrative metrics, because I don't have the detail, most of the video will show error. So for this one, the narrative metric actually provides automated textual explanation of the data. So for example, it can generate insights. So for instance, it can generate insights that the sales increased by 10% this quarter compared to the previous one. Generating methods can do all of this for you. And that is the next one we have is a metrics preview, which also does kind of the same thing. It actually gives you a major picture explanation of your data. Next one is like paginated reports, and they're ideal for like your printing and sharing between users. So they're designed to be automatic page, like invoice or financial statement, basically providing precise control over the layout. And this is a new part visual and the new size visual which are also good. So I hope I'll be able to cover what you need to know in visualization.
So far, do you understand what some of the visuals are? I know we've used like most of them. Your line chart, your area chart, we've used slicers, we've used map, we've used I think last lab we used waterfall chart, we've used funnel. So but the examples are just to help you understand what these visuals can be used for. Okay. And have you understood what we just watched? Yes. Check those online. Okay. And they can even find it. Okay. So let me send it to you. Yes. It's rendered. Okay. I want to switch to how do I send it? Or let me upload and drive file and drive. So anyway, that was just for basics of visualization. The main thing we're doing today is the practice. So I have a COVID data set that I'm going to upload now in the classroom on the Google Drive. We're going to go through it together so that you guys are ready for your capstone project. So your capstone project is you guys basically doing kind of what I'm doing today, beginning to the end for your final project, which is 60 marks. Okay. We're going to clean. How do I switch it? Can I switch laptops?
Yeah, connect one to that your laptop. You just connect it.
I'm just going to share my screen and then we can all follow. I want to mute this. Okay, so can you guys hear us now? Can you hear? Okay. So first thing we're going to do, like I said earlier, we're using a COVID-19 data set. So as usual, it's best practice to go through the data set to know what it is that you're even going to derive from it, right? So first thing we're going to do, we're going to yeah, is
No select.
so there is one and then share. So you guys can get the data set now from BID 102 Google Drive. So the Google Drive that we've been using for BID, in fact, for everybody, since this course started. So you can get the data set now, download it. BID 102. It's called COVID-19 outcome by vaccination status. So we all know when COVID-19 hit, shortly after, there was a vaccine that was rolled out. First shot, right? Second shot, and then there was booster, isn't it? So what we're trying to see is this data, I think, is from 2021, 22, and 23. Obviously, now you don't even hear about COVID like that. But we have the data, so I want us to analyze it, okay? I want to see the relationship between the vaccination self and the death, the vaccination and hospitalization. We'll look at it across different age groups, different genders, okay? So based on the data we have, we're going to go through it. But first of all, can you guys see this data set? What is this? Do you understand? So this is how dirty data sets come to you. And if you decide to use this in Power BI without doing anything, you're getting rubbish. Okay? So you guys are going to tell me what to do. Since throughout this course, we've been doing this together, Abby. So what do you think is the first thing we're going? Anyway, let's go through it first. So some of the questions I want to answer with this, actually, first, some of the columns I have here are, the first one is outcome. So outcome is basically the type of COVID-19 outcome, meaning the cases, the death, the hospitalizations, and how many people that were hospitalized died, how many cases are still alive. That's one. Two, the weekend. So the weekend column that I have here is basically the end date of the week for which the data is reported. So if it's, for example, 1st to 7th of June, it will be 7th of June, but because that was the they sat down and they reported everything. Age group will be the age group for the individuals in the data set. So they're already grouped here, I think 0 to 4, 5 to 9, 5 to 9, 11 to, anyway, the age groups are there. So for each of them, you can see them 50 to 64, 80 plus 65 to 16 and 79 or something like that. So they've already grouped it for us. Next thing I have is I have unvaccinated rate. So this is the rate of the specified outcome. That's whether it's cases, whether it's death, whether it's hospitalization among those that are not vaccinated. Okay. Next one I have is vaccinated rate. And vaccinated rate is basically the rate of specified outcome using vaccinated individuals. So rate of cases, rate of death, rate of hospitalization among those that took the vaccine. Okay. The next one I have is boosted rate. So among those that took the vaccine, took the booster dose. I have crude vaccine versus a vaccinated ratio, and this ratio I know eventually I'm going to move it because I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. But anyway, it's there. So crude vaccinated ratio is basically the ratio of the outcome rates in vaccinated individuals. So, but it doesn't even include age. I will probably use the one that has the age. The next one is crude boosted. So the same thing, ratio of the outcome rate in boosted individuals to the outcome rate in unvaccinated ones. Since we have vaccinated, unvaccinated, vaccinated, and boosted. So same thing. The next one is age adjusted unvaccinated rate and age adjusted vaccinated rate, and then age adjusted boosted rate. So it's the same thing, but with the previous one, but this one they adjusted it based on the age. Okay. Next one I have is population unvaccinated. So basically, the amount of people that were not vaccinated. Okay, population vaccinated are those that took the vaccine, and then outcome unvaccinated. So it's basically the number of unvaccinated individuals who maybe had a specified outcome. So maybe they died, maybe they were hospitalized, or maybe it was just a case. They were not hospitalized and they did not die. Okay. Outcome vaccinated, same thing. Those who experienced, so they were vaccinated, but they also experienced COVID. I know some of you have wanted to know that vaccine, does it even work? The booster, I didn't take it because everybody was taking it. So did I really need to take the booster to prevent myself? So anyway, next one is outcome boosted, and that one is basically number of individuals who received the booster and who experience a specific outcome. So you don't remember our outcome in all of this is hospitalized, cases, and death. So cases are basically people that had it at home; they didn't have to go to the hospital. Hospitalized, they had it at home, but they had to go to the hospital and they got hospitalized. Death, they had it, probably got hospitalized, but at the end they died. Okay. So anyway, the next one is age group minimum and age group maximum age for the age group. And we have it. But first things first now, this data is really terrible. Okay, and we need to use it somehow. Somehow we need to use it, and we can't remove everything. We can't. If we remove everything, we have nothing. Okay, so I'm just going to load it into Power BI. This is about, I think, 100,000 rows, and your data may be much more than this. Okay, so anyway, you keep going down, as you can see. So somebody sent me a message that they have hash in their Excel. Please, when you have hash in your Excel, all you have to do is come here and just drag it. Whatever is there, it will show. Okay. Then yeah, I think that's all. So as usual, you guys now know how to load it into Power BI, but we're not going to load it, we're going to transform it in Power BI because there's a lot of things that we have to fix. Okay. So I'm just going to come to my Power BI. I'm going to open it up. But some of the questions that we can answer from this data set now are, so what is the trend of COVID-19 across different age groups? Because we have the age groups there and we have the cases. So with that, we can say, okay, which age range actually had the highest number of COVID, right? Okay, those that took the vaccine, I know children, I think below 11 or something, can't take the vaccine. So are they having higher number because they don't have the vaccine? Do they have lesser number? The people 80 plus or 65 above, is there a reason that they are higher or lower? Who had the most COVID in all of this? Okay, these are some trends that we can identify. Next thing is our hospitalization rate. So we already know that many people were hospitalized and we have the data for it. So we should be able to categorize it based on, is it because somebody has reached a particular age? Is it because they have other diseases? But what do you call it? Background disease, underlying diseases that they are hospitalized. Is it because of their age? Is it because of their gender? Are women more susceptible to being hospitalized or being dead due to COVID? And next one is, what is the case rate among those that are unvaccinated, vaccinated, and boosted at this time? So the vaccine, did it really make an impact? Did it really change the values? Those that took the vaccine but didn't take booster, is there anything we can identify? All of these things are things that we can see with our data. I'm telling you because you guys are going to be the ones to help me do this today. Okay. Which age group has the highest hospitalization rates? You can also know that. And what are the differences in the outcome? So we have cases, we have hospitalization, and we have deaths. What are the difference? What is it that makes some people just cases and they can treat it at home? And what is it that makes people get hospitalized? And what is it that makes people die? Based on the data we have, I know we don't have the whole picture. We don't have other potential. We don't have their underlying diseases. We don't have many other things. But based on what we have, what can we draw conclusion about? Population size for each vaccination stage size. So for age group as well, you can see how many people took the vaccine, how many people took the booster. We can even, with something like this, when you come to your report, you can even think of reasons why people did not even take their vaccine. If we have details like region, you can see how different countries reacted to the vaccines, boosters, and stuff. You would see that in Nigeria, most people do not take the booster. But in other countries, you see that the booster was complete, it was marketed, it was encouraged, and they all use that. So anyway, how do outcomes rates, that's the cases, hospitalization, and dates, how do they differ from the ones that are unvaccinated, the ones that are vaccinated, and the ones that have boosted vaccine? And the overall trend basically in the data set. So anyway, with all of this, day we can answer a lot of questions from it. So we're going to get started. I'm going to use all of you's brain today. My own is just to type for you guys. Okay. So first things first, as usual, we're going to get data. Now, this data file I think is a CSV file. So I'm going to go and I'm going to select text slash CSV. So depending on the data type that you have, I've shown you guys in the first class, but I'll show it again. You can go to your file, database, Microsoft Fabric preview. When you're downloading data sets online, you can get them in any form basically. Okay. So for me, I got mine as a CSV file. So we're just going to click on CSV and I'm going to connect it. It takes me to where I saved it. So wherever you saved it, you select your own as well. So I saved mine here and I'm going to just click on it. So now that we open it, it's of course this is a lot of data. It can't show us everything. So it's basically going to give you like a sample of what it looks like. But from here, you and I can already see problem. So we know we're not going to load it into Power BI. But if you decide and you mistakenly make a mistake and you load it, you can always go to transform your data in Power BI. So we're going to just transform the data and automatically it takes us to our Power Query editor. So what are some things that you guys have identified? I'll give you like 2 minutes or a minute. All of you should look at it and then we'll raise hands and answer. Okay. So just take a look at it. Go scroll down, go through all the columns. Do you want to go through it on my own screen? Okay, those online want to go through it on my screen. You mistakenly loaded? Okay, so if you mistakenly load, you come here and you go to no, this Power Query. If so, this is in Power Query. I don't know how to show you. At the top, there's transform data option. Okay, so just click on it. It takes you back to Power Query. So let's just go through it. Here we have cases, we have outcome, we have weekend. Look at the data types, look at the missing rows, look at all the things we're talking about that you do when you're cleaning data and when you're trying to transform it. What are the issues that you see here? Look at if there are any null values, if some data sets are not correct, some data types are incorrect. What do you do with the null values? Can we replace some? Do we remove everything? What are the effects of removing everything? So I'm just going to give you guys a minute, just go through it, then we'll talk. Yes. Mm. So it depends. Sometimes they give you the data, they want to find out some things, but it is actually your job to deduce the kind of questions you can answer from a data set. So based on the things you're given, so it's like somebody tells you, in this class, maybe people tell me they are from Abuja, they are from Bauchi, they are from Calabar, they are from maybe Delta, okay? And I want to see the proximity or how long it will take. Just by that information, I can say, okay, so what do they do? Do they work in Abuja? Okay, how many do they have families? There are a lot of things I can answer, but because that information is not complete, I will need more things, right? So I will need maybe their age range, what their state of residence. I will need maybe their jobs, their salaries, dependents, some other things. With that information now, I know I can tell how much they spend it if they live in Calabar and they are working in Abuja. I know based on the standard of living, I can know how much they are spending. So it's actually your job to identify the questions. Okay. But sometimes they give you, I want to know this, and this data we have. We don't know what to do. But most times, even after they give you the questions, there are some other things you can identify with it. That comes naturally with the information you're given, like this. You just sit down, you look at it, and like, I can actually know this, I can know that, I can know that. And I know it's the same thing with the previous assignments. While you guys are thinking, let me just check on those online, see if we have any questions. Okay. The link for the dataset is in the Google Drive. Class captain, please can you resend the Google Drive link to the group? Thank you. So, the OD.
I just want to know so like I'm not saying this is
Yeah. No, you should be able to. Let me change. We are in the group chat now, huh? I think it's permissions. Permissions. Yeah, I really don't know. How do I make you an admin? How do I make somebody an admin? Wahala.
hold on, because already show you.
Restrict. I put edit because I know permissions like the venue of the class is Block C, Robert Opera Hall, Bayes University, Abuja. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. What do you call this? So the data is on the Google Drive. Please download it so that you guys are on the same page with us. So we have null values, we have inconsistent data types, right? Weekend data type is showing as text instead of calendar or date. That is correct. The data set is in the Google Drive. A lot of null values, yes. Okay. I'm sorry about this. You can just watch it later. Maybe it's better. I don't know. For 3 weeks, I've tried to. I can't really help with this formula. I'm sorry, but you can contact Ideas at Bayes University. How can we look for data while at the saving lecture? You can just go swipe. Even me, I've just posted now, so I've given you time to get the data. Different link for attendance. People saying attendance, attendance, attendance. So age should be in whole number, yes. Okay. We're changing date type.
This is one of the account.
And the same as use that section for Abia. Yes, you can. We aren't seeing any like on Telegram. The class captain will resend it.
Let me just see this.
Okay.
What's supposed to be what did
Because my WhatsApp won't even open. Okay, send it to me on Telegram. I will send you the data set on Telegram. Okay. So you guys can check the class captain has put it back down there for you guys. Yes, brother, help brother. Yes. Okay. All right. So we're just going to continue and go back to our transformation. Where's, I know I didn't load it. So can you guys see our screen?
you said before I sent the file itself.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let me forward it. This is a document. What?
The document.
How do I forward? So you can just download data set from here, but it will change the name. Will it change the name?
Change.
Name. So it will change it. Will it change it from COVID-19? It will save it as doc something something something. Huh?
Yes.
So you can just rename it. When you download it, you can rename it to COVID-19. So that you don't have to deal with these numbers at every juncture in your Power BI. Thank you so much. So yes. So what do you guys think we should start doing? Let's go back to the beginning. What are some issues you've identified? We're going to raise our hands. Okay? Yes, sir. Okay, data type. It has detected some types, yes. Okay. So the age is okay. Oh, in Power BI itself. Okay, all right. So next, what other thing do you guys think we should do? What was the first thing you said we think we should do? The no values. We should check the no values. Uncheck them. If we uncheck the no value, what would we have in this one? Our data it has finished now. So anyway, there are different things we can do. The first thing you can do is you can look for to narrow it down. We're going to remove some columns that we don't need. There are some columns that I don't even know what I'll do with it. It has nothing to do with what I'm trying to answer with my from my data set. So for example, I have this, I think there was crude something, crude vaccinated ratio. It has a lot of null values, which is sister, crude boosted ratio. Now, this data, I will not need it because I already have one that does it for me with age. This one is just generic, and half of it is null. So to narrow it down, I can decide to remove this column, and I can decide to remove the two. Now, if you look at Power BI, I just clicked on it, and I can see at the bottom, in one of the classes, I told you guys that in Power Query, you can see column distribution. Okay, so we have this feature in view. So you can see column quality for it. This is where they call these things that help you access the data initially. This is where they come in. Okay. So for your outcome now, I want to know the quality of the column. So how many blanks do I have? If I can see for this everything, we have 100%. But if you look at some of these ones, is this the clean data? Okay, age group is also 100%, but here we have 29%. Here we have 53%. If we remove 53% of our data, what do we have? We have nothing, and we really need that boosted rate, right? Two ways to go about it is to calculate. The first one is you can fill in the null values with zero because they actually mean zero. If you fill it with zero, you can still continue what you wanted to do, right? Or you can calculate the mean or median or mode and then fill in the value. Okay. But for this one, we're just going to put it as zero because those fields are blank. We don't want to add anything that will change anything for us. So how do we get to this? You go to the view under your ribbon, you go to view and you put column quality. So for each of the columns now, I can see how many percent is empty, how many percent have an error. This is 53%, this is 52%, this is 67% error. In fact, that's another reason that I'll delete these two here. This is empty, age adjusted unvaccinated rate. We have it's literally empty, 92% empty. So with this now, you can't scroll through to the end. But with this, you have an idea of the kind of data you're dealing with, basically. So same thing here. Add age adjusted, also 92% empty. Is it 92? I'm saying yeah, 92%. So anyway, this is first one. This is for column quality. You can also check column distribution. So a chart based on how many. If you have for this one, if you have any duplicates, it will tell you. So if some people's names or some people's parameters, everything in the column, if it's a duplicate, it will identify it for you. So if all of this, we don't have any duplicate in any of this. If you add duplicates, you will remove the duplicates. Okay. Next one you do is column profile. So for each of the columns, for outcome now that I'm on it, you can see the distribution of the value. Which one is higher? So you can see that hospitalization is the most. Death is actually, I didn't even expect it to be like that. And then cases is like that. So for different things, if you come to this one too, for the week, you have it for dates, for age group as well. You can just see just a background profile of the data that you're dealing with. Okay. So anyway, we're going to leave it and go back to what brought us to Power Query. So first things first, somebody said we should check data types, right? So all the data types, have you guys checked them? Are they okay? They're not okay. Okay. So which of the data types do you guys have a problem with? So age group. Age group should not be text. It should be what? Number. It should be range. I should scroll up. It's all. Exactly. So because it's all, that's why we have A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this is, sometimes when they're collecting data, sometimes they do not specify. They were not able to look at it. Especially in this country, you know how our data is now. We all know. Huh? Exactly. So sometimes they put it as all. For something like all, personally, sometimes I put it by the side. I like to see with what I have first. Eventually, you can use some Python script, some R script to be able to check if you can use those all values and distribute it a little bit. But that's not for today's class. Okay. So because there is all there, and I don't want to tamper with it, I'm just going to leave it there. Okay. So we're going to leave it as text. For unvaccinated age rate, these are percentage, these are decimal numbers, which are they're okay. Boosted rate also is a decimal. Crude vaccinated rate decimal as well. All these as decimal is okay. Population boosted as text is okay. Outcome is also okay as numbers, numeric, 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 numeric. They are all okay for data type. Let's check our date. Okay, so our date is also correct. The next thing, after you've changed your data type that you need to change it, next thing you have to do is you have to remove unnecessary columns. Okay, what unnecessary columns have you seen here? Hmm? 92% error. So I think that's our crude vaccinated ratio. And so to do that, as usual, you guys know how to delete now. We've become pros. You can hold shift, select both columns, come to your home, and you're going to remove the columns. Okay. Now, even after I removed it, I have something like age adjusted unvaccinated data and age adjusted vaccinated, which is almost the same thing because this is 8% valid with 92%. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So I can also remove it so that I can narrow it down. Now, if I decide eventually that I want to bring you back, you know what to do. You come back to Power Query, you put the X. So you come back here and you select the X that is here. Okay. So, but for now, I'm going to delete it. Okay. So I'm going to delete this one and this one simply because, and this one, in fact, simply because half of it is null. If I decide to replace it with the main, I'll be misleading the world. What is even going to be the mean? If I try to replace it with 0, it's the same thing. Is somebody talking here? What's the issue? Okay. So I'm talking about age adjusted unvaccinated rate, age adjusted vaccinated rate, and age adjusted boosted rate. Yeah. So, but I deleted crude vaccination something and crude boosted ratio. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to hold down our shift and select these three. Yes, sir. Please, can you guys keep quiet? Let me hear his question. Yeah. Where is the Excel file from? I gave you guys Excel file. I gave you a CSV file, not an Excel file. They are two different things. Because what I gave you is a CSV file, and I opened it in Excel because you can open a CSV file in Excel. Okay, so when you're loading your data into Power BI, you load it as a CSV file, not an Excel file. Do we understand? So if you loaded it as an Excel file, please revert, go back and load it as a CSV file. It is a CSV file. So can we continue or I should pause a little? All right. So let me check those online. When you guys load the file, you've loaded your Power Query, then we'll continue. Yeah, you can't change your weekend column, weekend from text to date. Huh? You change it from text to date. Okay, please download import your CSV file, not an Excel file. Import it as a CSV file, not an Excel file. Later on WhatsApp, let me mark. Football data set. I really don't have to give you login to Power BI. You guys don't have email to log into Power BI. You do not need to log in. If you watch my videos, you see I am not even logged into Power BI. And everybody, most people did the first test. Just talk for yourself. The data set link is in the Telegram group. Please go through the video. I'm not doing live 5 here. So second column, if you import it as a CSV file, Power BI text it as date, so you don't really have to change the weekend. The weekend is not in text. Personally, I think mine is not in text. Okay, let's go through it again. So mine is in date. Okay, that's the data type. Well, if they leave the screen, attendance will leave. Somebody said, if we leave this, they can't practice with me because if they leave the screen, the attendance will stop counting. It won't. So the attendance won't stop counting. You can leave the screen and actually work with me. You can just open it side by side. We have put vaccinated column ratio twice. You can delete them. I deleted both of them. The assignment question has not been uploaded. And I think just like you import an Excel file, you go to your get data in Power BI. I don't want to close, so basically you come here and just select get data. This is your text slash CSV file. And when you select it, you can now import the the file that I gave you guys. I'm sorry about the screen being blurry. I don't know how to help, but our technical team will work on it. Well done, Abdul Fatai. I've saved a copy as Excel file and then used it for the report. What should I do? I don't understand. How do we send attendance? I don't know. That's time I use for your website. Oh yes, I'm going to do the correction. I forgot. The last assessment, we're going to do the correction for it. I think I'll do it in a video and I'll upload it. So yeah, anyway, let's continue. So we've deleted like those two columns. 1 minute. Five. Oh yes, we deleted five. Okay. Is there anyone that you think we should delete again? Did I delete five as well? I think I didn't delete my remaining three, but I've not deleted my own, but I don't understand. We've only deleted two, but okay, because I can see some blank ones here. Your age adjusted boosted ratio, age adjusted vaccinated, age adjusted boosted again. So we have rates and ratio. So for example, I want to fill, next thing I want to do is I'm going to check for the columns that I know I'm going to use first. Okay. So that with the next ones I'm deleting, I am sure that I don't need them. Right? So one thing that I know we must use is we need the outcome for unvaccinated, we need outcome for vaccinated, we need outcome for boosted, right? And I also need population boosted, I need population vaccinated, and I need population unvaccinated. So for this, what I'm going to do is for population unvaccinated, It looks like we don't have a lot of problems. I think it's 100%. So it's 100% valid. We don't have any issues. But population vaccinated, I have a lot of null. And that null basically means zero. Okay? So there are two things I can do. I can decide to remove all the null, or I can decide to replace it with zero and keep my data. Okay, so even though the zero is not really that significant, it's zero, but at least it's not an empty column. Okay, so which one do we do? Which one do you guys want us to do? We should replace with zero. Okay, so we're going to come here and we're going to right click it. Sorry, I meant to click error. So we're going to right click and we're going to say replace values. I'm on population vaccinated. Okay, so we'll replace our values and then it's going to pop up something for us. So what do we want to replace? We want to replace null with zero. So we're just going to put null and we're going to replace it with zero. So for anything that you have, this is what you do. Now, me, what I do is normally when I have like main, medium, mode from Excel for a column, sometimes I replace it with that. But I don't want to do it for this one because I feel like it would really, really affect our results. I don't want to use the mean medium mode because I feel like it will affect our results. Okay. So, but for some other data sets, like especially when it's sales, supply chain optimization, you can use all of these values. Okay. So, population boosted as well. We have a lot of null values. Okay. We can decide to remove the null values for this one, or we can decide to also replace it. So, which one do we do for this one? You guys want us to replace it with zero? Okay. My initial plan was to remove null, but we'll replace it with zero. It will work. It will reduce, but we can still use it since it's only for this one that we're removing. But or should we? Let's continue. We can always go back. Okay. So we're going to replace null with zero. Okay.
What about if we make mistake and type null with capital letter? Will it still do it?
I think it's case sensitive. Yeah, so you can't. You have to put it the way it is, like small letters null. So we have outcome unvaccinated. For this one, that the null is not a lot. Okay, if we change it, you're not really yes. Yeah. For those ones that we deleted, because the data that we have is literally 8%, but 70 something. So the percentage, by the time you put zero, you're basically giving everything zero. It's not balanced across. Do you understand? So it will definitely affect the result you're going to give back to those that give it data. Yes. Okay. So outcome boosted as well. We have a lot of null values. So we can decide to remove the null values for these three. For outcome unvaccinated, we don't have any null values, which is good. So we're just going to cancel. For this one, we have some null values. So we can just filter out the null values for these ones. Since we've done. Oh,
Okay. For outcome vaccinated,
where did you stop? Completion.
replacing null with zero is
Okay, replacing null. Have you replaced it? Have you replaced it? Okay, then you're on the same page with us. So you go to your outcome vaccinated, and we're going to uncheck the null values. Yes, sir.
we're removing a bit.
Yeah, we're removing null.
I remove my replace null with zero. But in this case here,
We're
you
removing.
saw zero, but you didn't remove it.
Oh yeah.
Zero is different from null.
Zero is definitely different from null. That's why we're changing it from null to zero. Do you understand? Null is basically the field is blank. So here, if we leave the zero, is okay because zero is there. And if we change null to zero, it will fall under the zero that is here. Do you understand? Do you understand, sir? Okay. Yeah, it will not affect it because zero is different from null. Zero, comma, if there's a blank row, what does it say? it says because it's blank. So if you look at the Excel sheet, sorry, it is we have zero. Can you see zero? It was initially imputed. And we also have fields that are blank. So only the blank ones will show you null. Do you understand? That's why we're changing some of those null, those empty. It's better for it to have zero. For example, you have students, right? Your scores now. If I leave it blank, it means you never took the test. But if you got zero, I should put zero there now, abi? Exactly. Okay. So null and zero are different. So anyway, so we'll just come back and do.
No, you are innocent of zero is the sin.
So we're just going to remove null for this one. And I'm going to do the same thing for my outcome booster because I really need these tables. It's the only way to know the relationship between the vaccination and the outcome on different people, different age groups, different genders and stuff. Okay. So I'll do the same thing here. And we're just going to uncheck null. Okay. So far, is there any issue with this? I want to see. I think there are even more than that. We have about 6 of them. So age adjusted unvaccinated. I'm coming.
All these age, you are going to remove them, right?
No, wait, hold on. We're not removing everything. I want to see if we can replace some of them, if we can get something else on that table that we can add to replace the value so that we don't have too many issues. But I really don't know what we're going to do with them. Since we have the age, we can even decide to create. You know what? Let's remove them. We can decide to create our measures to replace them because it's too low. This is about 13% valid data. This is also about the same thing. And these are ratio and rate. Some are ratio. So we're just going to remove them. So you're going to select from here 2, 3, 4. But this is too much data to delete. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Undo it in your okay. So let's remove rates and leave ratio. Okay. So we have rates, age adjusted unvaccinated rate, on age adjusted unvaccinated rate again. So we're going to leave rate and remove ratio, sorry. Okay. So we'll remove these two columns.
We are removing ratio.
Yeah, so we're removing ratio. Age adjusted unvaccinated ratio and age adjusted vaccinated ratio. Okay.
Age adjusted boosted ratio.
The two at the end.
We are removing the two at the end, right?
Not two at the end. So I'm going to undo it and redo it. Yeah, so you're removing this one. Age adjusted vaccinated ratio and age adjusted boosted ratio.
Remove to be removed.
Yeah.
For the first one, we remove
Huh? The first one was crude vaccinated. Crude vaccinated. Now we're going to remove them for now. If we need them or later on we think we might need some of these tables. We'll come back here to our power query in our applied steps and we can just delete that step. Our table will come back. Okay. So I'm just going to remove mine as well. The ratio. We're just going to remove the columns. Okay. Then this one that we now have, we can also just replace 3 of them with 0. Okay. So for this one, we can replace because if we remove the null, we're going to lose a lot of data, especially from these 3 columns. Okay. So I'm just going to replace values. Sorry. Yeah, we've removed it. So null. I'm only doing it. I may not necessarily use the column, but I know if I import it with the null values in Power BI, I will have problem. Okay. 1 minute. I said I'm just replacing them with null, not because I'm going to use it. I'm probably not going to use these columns that I'm changing to zero. But because if it's a null value in Power BI, I will have an error. You understand? So if I'm creating a DAX or anything, if there's a null value in that column, there will be error because it doesn't have everything. Okay. So basically replace for these three, replace your null with zero. So now that we've replaced it, I want us to go through. Do we still have any null values? Have you seen any other null value in your data set? I replaced values, three of them. So I replaced value for this one, age adjusted unvaccinated ratio. No, I did it for ratio. Huh? Okay, no, for rate, age adjusted vaccinated rate and age adjusted boosted rate. So you replace the values and we just put zero. We're not even sure we use it yet. Let's just see. Age adjusted boosted. The columns here, please. Let me just select them so that you guys can see it. Okay. So if you decide that now, are we on the same page yet? All right. Let's. What is? Where are we? Where's Emeka? Emeka. Let me go down. Banana shoe, like wallahi lokacin sallah yayi ko a je break to a dawo. Um,
This one saying, when people forget their own faith, because people are the ones inside, that's what I'm hearing.
why must I have that in my home?
This is raw data. Oh, please, that's what you say.
Okay, but you open it in Power BI.
Go now. That's what he was saying that really uploaded to Power BI.
Yeah, because I don't think I have it in my home. Oh, we're going to take a break. So, if we're all on the same page, we're going to take a 15 minutes break, and then we'll come back in 15 minutes. If we're all on the same page, are we on the same page? No. So those that are not on the same page, in the 15 minutes break, please use your time to catch up. Okay? I'll just do it briefly with no explanation. Just let's just quickly finish. Is it back up? No, it's not. No, it's okay. Okay. We can just sign. So like earlier we had digital API discussion. Then each group is okay. So each group does it have, we don't have any things. Vaccinated rates. What did we do? What did we do for this one? This one we changed it to one. No? This one has no null values. This one was changed. We changed null to zero. It's here. I have a classmate. But the screen is my screen showing hours? No,
No, it's
on
not.
here.
No, no.
But I can only stop. Do you understand? I can only stop screen, but it's not showing here. I don't have energy.
It's gonna show. It's gonna show. Yes, it's not showing. Because but on this stuff, they're not interested.
Oh.
That's why it's
Okay. Let's just go back to Power BI. Yes. Ideas absence. So this one I think is the one that we changed. So this values. Then population vaccinated with population boosted. Oh, is that how we did it? I actually can't remember. And I think so. I think this is it. I've caught up with you guys, but so we're just going to close and apply what we've done, basically. You imported all file, Excel. You imported Excel file. Okay. Yes.
It's carrying our kind of and got yeah, putting the class
As in, technical team, we need your assistance. Because what the hell is going on? I don't have okay Telegram. Oh,
which one am I going to now?
I'm coming. CSV text slash CSV. Okay, it doesn't. It hasn't seen the phone. It's the same one we used. Mm-hmm. Did you send it? I don't know why it's not working. How's it gone? Right, there's VID Lab 6. What do you now do? Your Gmail. That's Lab 6. Oh, that's one that's not opening. Am I connected to you? Your email will be sorry. Okay. Sincere apologies for the technical issue we're facing. I hope this time around it works. All these are drawbacks. You remove all these things. Oh, what is? I connected it with security code. How's it going? Shit, was the email correct? So this is the one I started doing again, huh? So please, can we have silence so that we can finish up quickly? Can I have your attention, please?
Class, please. Thank you.
So if you finished everything that we did in Power Query, please put close and apply. It brings you back to your Power BI desktop. So we're going to create some columns to help us do some analysis better. These are called calculated columns. So you're going to use DAX formula to do it. Okay. So I'm just going to go to my table so that we can see what we are going to create the columns for. So first thing I noticed the first time that I opened this file in Excel was that I have population vaccinated, and this don't forget this data is daily basis. So for every day we have July 27, 16 for every single day. All these numbers that you're seeing is actually the cases, hospitalized, and deaths for this. Now, this data set I think is a dummy data set because I don't think we had COVID this much in 2023, right? So it's probably just for us to practice. Okay. So anyway, so one of the things I want to do is I want to use this population vaccinated. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, can you guys see it now? You guys can see me. So you to those online. I should okay come back. So is where we stop now. We just if you stopped at where we stopped before it is, you're just supposed to put close and apply, which is basically so I'll go back to my Power Query so that you guys can see where to select. So um if you're done with all of this so for why finishing is because I've in my data set now everything looks okay to me. So my data sets they're all correct, my data type, sorry, they're all correct. I don't have any other null values, and yeah, everything I need is fine. Okay, so we're just going to put close and apply. Close and apply it to load your data set for you into Power BI. Okay, so it's going to load it off. This is not it, this is okay, so it has loaded it. Huh? Did it load it? Okay, yes, it did. So next thing I want to do is we're going to use this to create some calculated columns. We have population vaccinated, we have population unvaccinated, and we have population boosted. But we don't have the total population for us to even know how many people out of the total population are actually vaccinated, how many people out of it, and for age group as well, for outcome, for health. Without total population, we can't really do much. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to create is I'm going to create a new column because I want it to be a column. So with total population column, you can use it to do other things in our data set. Okay. So your total population, just like all you have to do is basically total population So are we on the same page? Do we all have total population? Okay. Huh? Yeah, you can use. No. Column. If it's measured that you're using some for. Mm. So here you just add the same thing when we did profit margin the first time. You remember when we created the column, we just had profit over sales, and then you did it. But when you come to measure, you have to put sum, divide, count, average, and all of that. So what is the place of population boosted? So you know there is the booster dose, that the booster dose for the vaccine. So the population of those that took that booster, do you understand? That still happen to have either cases, still happen to die, or still happen to be hospitalized. So vaccinated is only those that took maybe first and second vaccine. Okay, those that took the booster. I think the booster dose is third one, right? Yes, but before woman take the booster out, there was a vaccination already. So what if no, the data came like that. So what do we do? How would we describe it? We use what they give us, right? We can't really, but based on the description of how I went through it or how I saw it, I think that for those that took the booster, they have a different category. Those that took vaccine 1 and 2 without the booster are the ones that are vaccinated. Do you understand? And those that did not take any, they are unvaccinated. Okay. So are we on the same page? All right. Okay, let's wait a little. So I can leave this page anyway. So I'm just going to, after this, after creating for population, I can also have outcome unvaccinated, outcome vaccinated, and this outcome is our cases basically. So your cases, your deaths, and your hospitalization. Okay. Now I want to know the total of everybody before I now segregate it. Like okay, based on some age group, based on some factors, all of that. I need first total outcome for everything. Okay, and I don't have the column for that. I think I did not see that column. Yes, we don't have it. So I'm going to create another column for total outcome, and just like we did population, unvaccinated, vaccinated, boosted, you're basically going to do the same thing for your total outcome as well. So, so unvaccinated outcome boosted plus outcome vaccinated. This is a column. You're creating a calculated column using the outcome vaccinated, outcome unvaccinated, outcome boosted. We've not reached measure yet. Okay. Um, outcome. So you can just commit it, save it. So you have your total outcome here. Now I know you're very seeing zero. That's because my data, if you go down, you're going to start seeing numbers. For somebody you say, why is it all zero? Okay. How do we have our total outcome? You would see how total outcome comes in when we are trying to see for different age groups and trying to see for different levels of vaccination. Okay. Sort it according to descending order. You see the rest. Are we on the same page? So now vaccination coverage is something I want to do. What you guys said actually, we can do it. Okay. So I want to know vaccination coverage, meaning basically the number of people out of my total population that got the vaccine, because some have the vaccine, some got boosted, but they are all vaccinated, right? It doesn't mean because I didn't take booster, I'm not vaccinated. So what we're going to do is we'll create one for, we'll call it vaccination coverage because vaccination coverage. So let's do another column. And What we'll do here is, since we want to do it out of the total population, we'll do vaccination. So vaccination coverage, or should we create a measure? Anyway, let's do this. It's a column, or we can do a measure. Some of Let's make it a measure, because if we do coverage, it has to do for every single one. Let's make it a measure. Sorry. Ah, voila. Yeah, we're deleting it. We're deleting the column that we just created. We're going to use a measure for it instead. So what we'll do is we'll come to our new measure. Since I want to do what I want to do is basically both. We're going to divide. So if you want to, normally in real life, like most of these data is in real life environment, you look at it. If I want to know the amount of people that took the vaccine out of my total amount, what would I do? Some took only vaccine, some took booster, but all of them are under vaccinated, right? They still have vaccination card. Abi? So the best way to do is, I think, you calculate total that were vaccinated, those that got the booster, and you divide it by total amount of people. That will allow you to get the coverage for each of those days. So we're going to use it as a measure, and we're going to call it vaccination. Yeah, vaccination coverage. And because we're dividing, we have to, this is a measure, we have to invoke the divide function. Okay. And then your numerator will now be the sum of our vaccinated rate, vaccinated, eh, vaccinated, vaccinated rate, right? Plus those that have, so boosted rate, right? Or no, population vaccinated, sorry. Population vaccinated. Okay. And then we'll do the same for when you finish your sum, you close it and you put your comma. But then the next one is which one? Population boosted. What? So population boosted as well. So some of our population. So how will I zoom in here? So so some no, this will be the denominator. So before we put it here, 19 population boosted. Okay. A 1 minute. Is it the bracket I 1 minute? Population vaccinated and population boosted. Let's do two. Let's first do vaccination is equal to sum, or vaccination coverage is equal to sum, divide bracket sum of population. Huh? Where? Oh, I'll change it. That one is insignificant. Is insignificant. Population vaccinated. So if I put the vaccinated completely, it will bring it out, and then plus population boosted Or what if we try population? Okay. Let's do it like this. So population boosted plus population. Because I'm putting population. Okay. So we'll divide, let's do it this way. Population vaccinated plus our population. I don't understand. It can't be the regular bracket. The regular bracket has to be sum. Do you understand? If you put the regular bracket and you put population, it will not suggest anything to you because that's not how it's supposed to be. Do you understand? So the best way is to do this population sum, okay, and then population vaccinated, vaccinated, okay, comma, um, population boosted, sum. What is going on? What am I doing? I'm doing a measure. We're supposed to close, okay, but the sum is supposed to do the sum of both of them, comma, what we're putting at the bottom, which is total amount or total population. So I'm making a mistake somewhere and I'm unable to figure it out. Udo, I need your help. So if I put this is my normal divide, population vaccinated, yes. Huh? Oh, for here and then here. I was already starting to take I don't know what I'm doing. So some, then for this one again, population posted. What's the fever? Okay. Same thing, we close it. And then now our denominator is now total population. Okay. So total population, since we already have a measure for it, we can decide to use the measure. So just put total. It's not even seeing the measure. It's not seeing the total population measure. So it's not even suggesting it.
How many brackets are we supposed to close?
You're supposed to close only for the sum that you used. Then after you finish, you close the divide. Do you understand?
Brackets this two. Are we going to close only one
Which bracket?
from the sum?
Let me try something else. 1 minute. Let's just try something. So it doesn't see. You put divide. Only if we use a new column. Let's use a new column and see. If it's a new column issue, so let's say so normally it's supposed to be, let's try doing that. Let's put our population. Honestly, that was what was happening. So if we try population vaccinated, do plus, try population boosted, huh? And then this thing should just leave my side. Okay? Because it will be an error. So we don't put comma, then we don't put total population. Using this. So you guys will use this. You have to do this. So, all right. The formula is there, bold at the top. The impact on cases will now be table outcome calculator. Oh, this one I'm scared of doing and table because I'm going to go back and recheck and see why a major won't work. Difficult. Oh, because we didn't use calculate. If you're using two parameters, yeah, you have to calculate. Wahala. We'll just do two more, one more table, one maybe two more measures or three, and just do some visualization. I'm so tired. So open this group chat. Open this group chat. So are we done? Okay.
It's showing on title.
So So another thing we want to find out is the impact of vaccination on cases. Okay, we know that so far, somehow, those that have been vaccinated, maybe there's a difference, but we want to see it. So we're going to create a column to help us check the impact of vaccination on cases. And to do that, we're going to divide the table for your outcome of those that were vaccinated by those that were not vaccinated. You went off again. Oh, presenting. So we're going to create another column. We'll call it vaccine. In fact, I'll just put vac impact. But I mean vaccination impact. Okay. Yeah. And I want it mainly on cases, but you know what? Let's just leave it. When we come to our visual, we can now know how we're going to do it. So I'm going to use we're going to divide, and we need some of our outcome vaccinated over some of our outcome unvaccinated. This will actually help us understand if there's an impact on vaccine on the deaths, on the hospitalization, and on any cases. Okay, so some what is it called? Outcome. Hmm? Outcome vaccinated. Okay. Then we close it. Comma. Since it's dividing. Okay, I didn't close the sum. Okay. Then for outcome unvaccinated. Okay. I didn't put some. I'm going to delete it and do it again because I didn't put some. So outcome on vaccinated. Okay, and then I'm going to use the brackets. Oh, I didn't put it's a mistake. Mm. And then close the brackets. Have we already put it down? The measures are super easy. And then I just they're awesome. Are we done? Let's check on our friends. Hope everything is okay. You apply changes. Are we on the same page? So we're just going to save it. By saving it, you have your new column. Okay, I think we can stop here for the columns. Let's create measures, simple ones, 3 or 4. Okay, the first one I'm thinking of is we want to know total number of cases we have. We know we have cases for outcome vaccinated, outcome boosted, and outcome unvaccinated. So we're going to create a total case measure for that. We just add all of them basically to the total number of cases we're dealing with. Till the end. Nah, it shouldn't. What's the problem here? Outcome vaccinated. To the rate. We're using outcome vaccinated and not vaccinated. Are the values around the same thing? They're not. There is a calling. Even the ones that are zero is showing the same thing. If we That's this one. It's supposed to be calling so that it will show it, but that means it doesn't really have an impact. We might as well just delete it. Something that will give us the same value from beginning to end. Do we need it? Oh, we don't need it. What we can do is we can use some. Oh, the measure. It's a measure because I put sum. So when it calculates, it's basically doing sum of everything divided by everything and putting it for me everywhere. 0.9, 0.0. So anyway, for me, I'm just going to remove it. I'm over this. Let's just go to measure, to be honest. For from beginning to end. Okay? But it's only one. So for example, if this is the same or because it calculated the sum of everything, both, not just individual. You understand? So we're just going to cancel it. Is it possible to change it to a whole number? Yeah, you can go back. I don't think I need it because the same value is one. Do you understand? But if you decide something happens like this, you want to change your number, you go to your transform data here. You can go and change it. Okay. So for me, I think I'm just going to delete it, to be honest. And we'll just create some measures because we've spent more than 3 hours here. So new measure is what we'll do. We'll do measure for total number of cases. Yeah, we're deleting the column that we just did. So total number of cases, we're going to do sum of our table. Yeah. Sum of table on outcome. Unvaccinated. I think did we put even if we put comma, I think then so we didn't close it. Wahala. Sum of outcome vaccinated plus sum of outcome boosted. And then we'll have to cover each of them. But this one we didn't cover it before we finished. This one too we didn't cover it. And this should be okay. So you should be able to add. So that's for our total cases. Basically, all the cases we have that were given to us, the unvaccinated, vaccinated, and boosted. New measure. Why is it? We deleted it. Yes. If we created it as a column, we can create it as a measure, but I'm just removing it. I'm just removing it. Because the measure will give us the same 0.9. Let's move to measures. We've done three tables already, but total population, total vaccination impact, and if I put some of this, if I don't tell you what to do with the other values, nothing will happen. Do you understand? I want you to add the sum of this plus the sum of this plus the sum of this. Okay. Most of the measures that we've created have always been one: sum of financial status, sum of total quality sold, sum of total amount, sum of. So when you're adding other things, you have to identify. You can even subtract. And you can use count. You can use other functions in Power BI. But I'm too tired. Are we done with this? Once you see, even me, I don't use to type everything. I just use type vaccine. It will bring up everything for me, and I'll just put enter. So if you do that, it will make all of us faster in this class. Mm. Finish on. Tired, just tired. It's not happening. But they can come even not today. But they need to correction. Oh yeah, because now they are final assignments. Oh, they're using my. So I have this super store data set. Yes. So I was thinking I'll just give them questions that they will answer. They will go and do the cleaning themselves. I don't even care how they do it. They just do it and finish. And then they will. I'll put the form, create the form, because it come up on by. But you know me, and you have to sit down and correlate this. Some of them, they are very PDF of the last one. So when I come to see, I don't have PDF. Or some submitted wrong one, they came and they sent it. So it's still going to be. But anyway, at least we're not marking everything. There are more than 2,000. Whose battery died? Yeah, it's about to die. Can we continue? So you guys should snap this. Let's make it easier. When I come and you want to do it, carry your phone, snap it, continue typing like that, so that we don't keep other people behind. I can give you one that will start. Well, this week's one I want to give them. I've not even finished it. I created questions, but they are centered around the data set. I want to reduce. I want to show you understand why we're creating that, why we're creating that, what is the impact of that, what kind of information can I get. So that's what I want to use this week's question to ask them. If I do that, I'm doing 20 questions. They will answer it and then you submit their dashboard. The final one, so you from beginning to end, so because of the process that they did from data cleaning, transformation, and this is what they did, how they did what, then they will answer some questions based on it. So, but the data set I found is very interesting. The superstore in the US, superstore data set, so different from Minnesota and where Minnesota, Mississippi, Georgia, all the different countries, different stores. It has country, it has region, it has time, it has age, it has gender. So many things you can do with that. So anyway, I'm just going to save. You guys can catch up from the people next to you. Next thing we're going to do is we have case rate by vaccination status. So this one is we have I think what we have outcome. No, we have unvaccinated rates, we have vaccinated rates, and we have booster rates. But in our data set. So what we want to know is the case for those that are vaccinated, case for those that are not vaccinated, and case for those that have booster rates. What is the percentage? Like, what is the distribution of all of it? So to do that, we're just going to create another measure. This measure is just going to be for different cases. Literally, the first one is going to be for case for unvaccinated. So case We're using quick measures are formulas that are already preloaded for you in there. So you want to find average, like sum, all of these things are there. Okay, you can search this from quick measure, but I prefer to type my own measures based on my data set. Okay, so case rate on what vaccinated. My brain is shutting down. Then so we're going to do sum of table for our unvaccinated, huh? Unvaccinated rate. Okay, that's basically all I need. So I'm just going to copy this because I know for the remaining one is just vaccinated rate, booster rate. So I'm just going to copy and paste. So this first one, case rate for unvaccinated. This should give us the measure for that. Next one I want to do is for vaccinated. And for here, we're just going to change it to vaccinated rate. Fine. Okay. And I'm just going to save it as well. And then last one is for booster rate. So case rate booster. Boosted. And then we're going to have our booster rate here. Booster. Okay. Boosted rate. Okay, and then we're just going to save it. This gives us about three measures. So your case rate boost. Huh? Where are my measures? I created for. Oh my god, I didn't commit. I kept. I need a break. Well, I'm tired. Vaccinated. Honestly, let's just finish. Vaccinated rate. Huh? Vaccinated rate. We're going to save it. And no, but none of you even told me. Oh, that's why you guys allowed me to finish writing.
Because you are also going for the same thing.
New one, the one last one is unvaccinated, ma. So anyway, we finished all of that. So you guys can do that. We're just going to visualization and see what we can. I'm just going to drag and drop. About that, we've started, ba? All right. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to check on our um. What should we start?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, their measures. So first thing we would want to do, we want to see cases by age group and vaccination status. So what we're going to do is we'll come to this our unvaccinated rate. We'll drag it. We'll come to our vaccinated rate. Is that the vaccinated rate? That's not vaccinated rate. Vac- this vaccinated rate. This vaccinated coverage. Okay. So this is what we have. And then the last one is boosted rate. Okay. Two, three of them. Next thing we're going to want to see it by age group, and our age group is actually divided. So I'm coming to find you guys. Hold on. So what I want to do here, what this visual is, I dragged my my unvaccinated rate, vaccinated rate, and boosted rate, and I want to see it according to different age groups. Okay, so for three of them now, for each of them, what you can see here are my for each of these age groups, these are the sum of unvaccinated, sum of vaccinated, sum of boosted. Okay, so for 0 to for 50 something to 50 something, I can't even see 50 to 64, this is what we have. For 18 to what else did I add? I dragged the age group. So if you drag age group, all the age groups we have, it will represent it here. Okay, that's our first visual. We just keep it by the side. Next to which is total population unvaccinated. Okay? Mm. So total population unvaccinated. That's unvaccinated. Population unvaccinated. Population vaccinated and population boosted. And we want to check it based on what? What we just saw. So basically, this one is for the general population that we have. How many amounts of people were boosted, how many people are unvaccinated, and how many people are vaccinated. Okay. Next one we're going to do which one should we do? I'm just tired. Well, I'm tired. Scattered that we can do vaccination rate. We did vaccination rate as a measure, but that's fun. So we can drag vaccination rates, and then we can drag. We don't even have to do it. So we can't even do that one. Because I skipped some parts, I can't really use this video. Okay, dates, weekend, and we don't have we didn't do the cases under each number. So we can. Where's our date? It's missing. Okay, weekend is our date. Huh? And then we want to see total cases over time. We can do that. We can decide to remove yeah, day, okay, and we'll use a line chart. So we'll remove. So with this you can basically drill through. So this one, total cases by year, you drag your weekend and you drag the total cases measure that we created. So with this, you can use drill through. You can go down to all the quarters to see how many, the rate of infection or the rate of cases, total cases. So this one doesn't segregate age group, vaccinated or not vaccinated, or ended up dead or hospitalized. It's just total number of everything. Okay. What? You know what will happen? Let's just end the class.
With someone, just a question. Why seem some of population boosted? Why did we get that some of vaccinated trend and all this? I couldn't see
You drag your population unvaccinated, drag population vaccinated, drag population boosted. All of them. Put a pie chart. You can represent them. The first one, you drag three of them, but you drag age group as well. So when you drag age group, it will categorize it based on age group. Please, if I continue this class, I'm giving you the worst part of me. I am extremely tired, and to be honest, at this point, I don't even know what I'm doing. Three. So what I would different categories that we added. So we added age group for this one, the other one we left it like that. This one we added date. Huh? So what we would do is I would
Please be quiet.
the best thing I can do is just to when I rest I will do a video doing everything we're supposed to do and then I'll put it for you guys. And yeah, I think that's what let me see this one's online. Oh yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, save your work. Save your work.
Please save your work.
So that when I put it, you just continue.